Oh, before I forget, a pumpkin spice latte. Well, I used the gavel to get it. Welcome back, dear adventurers, to Quill Tale, where short stories meet big adventure. We are going to get into another tale today called The Magic Ban of Glimmerglade. And before we do, we have another side quest for you, which is, which wizard blows fire out of his nostrils? Good luck, brave souls.
The Magic Ban of Glimmerglade. As Mayor Tumbletree closed his fist around the gavel of Glimmerglade,
Wait, what's a gavel?
it's like a hammer. You knock on things and say things like, "Order in the court," or "Somebody get me a pumpkin spice latte." It's a hammer.
Okay.
As Mayor Tumbletree closed his fist around the hammer of Glimmerglade, he found himself wishing only for peace, quiet, and for things in his village to be a little less sticky. A tolling bell rang as he used the hammer to announce a town meeting. "Meeting!" he shouted. "Somebody get me a pumpkin spice latte!"
Really?
Just kidding.
Oh, you got me there, Book of Tales.
The villagers gathered, curious about what was happening. All leaned in and perked their ears to hear Mayor Tumbletree's announcement. Adjusting his spectacles and clearing his throat. "I've had enough," he bellowed. "This week alone, our drinking water turned to syrup." A murmur arose from the crowd. Some put hands over their mouths, covering the holes in their teeth. "The cheese riots broke out in the market." Villagers shuffled their feet. "And let us not forget the cackle cake incident." The entire village turned and looked at Henry, the sheepish baker's apprentice.
Oh, Henry from And Eat It Too. This one. Maybe go check out that story if you haven't already.
Quill, can we get back to the story?
Sorry. We'll get back to the story.
The crowd murmured. Someone's hat belched smoke. "I just want peace and safety," he cried. "So, from this day forward, I ban all magic." Gasps, howls, one witch fainted dramatically. One warlock's jaw dropped so suddenly a frog leaped right out of it. Arguments erupted like popcorn popping. "But magic is Glimmerglade," protested Magenta Moonwhistle. "Why, that spells my broom delivery will be hours late," said Bramblebutt, flinging his arms.
Bramblebutt?
Still, Mayor Tumbletree stood firm, arms crossed like an angry folding chair. "No magic. Final." Just as he said that final word, a deep laughter from somewhere in the distance began. A thick mist crawled into town. From it emerged creaking, groaning creatures. Skeletons shuffled. Zombies menacingly lumbered through the gates, their eyes falling out of eye sockets and oozing.
Wait, zombies?
What is it this time?
Well, they're a little scary for this story, don't you think? Do you think we could maybe change it to something else?
Maybe we can modify this one a bit.
Oh, I've got just the thing.
Oh, here we go. From the mist, a thing made entirely of tangled and twisted spoons began scooping and flinging villagers. An enchanted giant cheese wheel became rolling around the square, squishing those who were unlucky enough to get in its way. A walking piano played a cheerful melody whilst closing its lid on fingers. The town of Glimmerglade had erupted into absolute chaos. The mages, witches, warlocks, and wizards looked to Mayor Tumbletree, standing on the stage of the town square. but he shook his head and refused to budge. No mages, no witches, no warlocks. The town guard will handle this. The town guard lasted approximately 11.5 seconds before being flung, flattened, and thwomped. Still no magic, the mayor shouted from behind a cabbage cart, but this time sounding less certain of his decision. Please, begged Magenta. Please, let us help. At last, as household creatures danced on rooftops and began rifling through the mayor's private memoirs, Mayor Tumbletree gave a weary sigh from behind the fence post. Fine. 1 spell, maybe 2. The magic folk leapt into action. Mages climbed the town hall. Spells fizzed in the air. Together they cast a massive freezing spell, trapping the household haunts in sparkling ice cubes. The town let out a collective sigh, and a calmness settled on the village. But then Walter Warlock sneezed, and an accidental incantation left his lips. A very unfortunate incantation, as it sent a fireball from his nostrils, causing the ice to melt, and the once cubes turned into fizzy pink bubble water. It rose up and up like a rising bathtub, but like a bathtub filled with forks, pianos, and cheese, until the mayor himself began to become overwhelmed by bubbles. Magenta Moonwhistle barked a series of orders. One mage conjured a self-digging shovel that burrowed a deep hole in the town square, creating a drain hole. Another cast a levitation spell that lifted all the townsfolk 10 feet into the air. Then, in a feat never created since, one wizard tilted the entire plane of reality itself like the tilting of a giant table. With a great gurgling glurp, all the bubble water and the creatures went spiraling down, gone at last. The townsfolk, drenched, cheered.
Yeah, cheers.
Wait, Quill, is that a pumpkin spice latte?
Yeah, pumpkin spice latte.
Where did you even get that from?
Oh, well, I got this gavel, like you said, and got me a pumpkin spice latte.
Quill, that's not a gavel. That's a toilet plunger.
Oh, okay.
Mayor Tumbletree, his clothes heavy and pink with bubble water, wiped foam off his glasses. I just wanted peace, he mumbled. Magenta smiled gently, put a hand on his shoulder, and said, And we understand, but magic is part of who we are. We'll try to be careful from now on. Later, in a quieter, less bubbly, watery town square, the mayor sipped a pumpkin spice latte with extra syrup and made a note in his mayoral diary. Fear of difference leads to poor decisions. Balance and understanding, not bans, makes peace possible. And from that day forward, Glimmerglade kept its magic, carefully, joyfully, and not without a few little magical hiccups here and there.
Well, I'm glad Mayor Tumbletree learnt a valuable lesson. That difference is what makes this world so extraordinary and exciting. And if we were all the same, it'd be pretty bland. Well, thank you so much for watching. And, before I forget, Book of Tales, I got you something. A pumpkin spice latte.
Where did you get that from?
Oh, well, I used the gavel to get it.
Thanks, Quill, but I'm not sure toilet plunger summoned pumpkin spice latte is going to taste all that good.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just enjoy this delicious pumpkin spice latte. Anyway, like, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Keep on reading. Ugh.